Shalom Yashrala Yahawada. Brother Malak back with a biblical breakdown. This one is dubbed Heirs to the Throne. Heirs to the throne. And that throne is righteous rulership with Yahushai HaMashiach. Heirs to the throne with Yahushai HaMashiach. Heirs to the throne. Rightful heirs to the throne. Look at the number up there. Interesting. Heirs to the throne. It says 2nd Esdras chapter 13. It says, and I be starting at 3. It says, and I beheld, and lo, that man waxed strong with the thousands of heaven, and that man is Yahushai HaMashiach. And when he turned his countenance to look, all things trembled that were seen under him. And whensoever the voice went out of his mouth, all they burnt that heard his voice, like as the earth felleth when it feels the fire. And after this I beheld, and lo, there was gathered together a multitude of men out of number from the four winds of the heaven to subdue the man that came out of the sea. These armies of these Gentile nations, these heathen nations, and their militaries. It says, but I beheld, and lo, he had graven himself a great mountain, chariot. You know, they call them UFOs and UAPs, but it's the chariots, the angelic vehicles, the angels. It says, but I beheld, and lo, he have graved himself a great mountain and flew up upon it. He left inside of a chariot, according to Acts 1:9. He's coming back on top of one or coming back in one. But I would have seen the region or place whereout the hill was graven, and I could not. So this was the mega chariot. You know, they tend to say the mothership, and there's nothing wrong with that, but this is the fathership. It says, and after this I beheld, and lo, all they which were gathered together to subdue him, these militaries of these Gentile nations. It says, and after this I beheld, and lo, all they which were gathered together to subdue him were so afraid, but yet did fight. And lo, as he saw the violence of the multitude that came, he neither lifted up his hand, nor held sword, nor any instrument of war. But only I saw that he sent out of his mouth as it had been a blast of fire, and out of his lips a flaming breath, and out of his tongue he cast out sparks and tempest. Laser beams, concentrated fire. We, the prophets, the apostles, the teachers, the scholars, the rightful ones, the Israelites, we believe those are the lasers, concentrated fires coming out of those chariots. And who knows? He said he will not meet them as a man. He's coming back as a God. It could come from Yahushai HaMashiach. It says, and they were all mixed together, the blast of fire, the flaming breath, and the great tempest. And you see this in their Hollywood movies. You know, you see the antagonist, who really is the protagonist, but he comes back. You know, he has the super capabilities, powers, and whatnot. And they were all mixed together, the blast of fire, the flaming breath, and the great tempest, and fell with violence upon the multitude, which was prepared to fight, and burnt them up every one, so that upon a sudden of an innumerable multitude, nothing was to be perceived, but only dust and smell of smoke. When I saw this, I was afraid. So Ezra, which is Esdras, which is Ezra, you know, he's seen this prophecy, this vision, and it's coming to pass. It's coming to pass because all prophecies come to pass. 2nd Esdras 13:12, reading on down. Afterward saw I the same man, Yahushai HaMashiach, in the Lashawan Kodash, the ancient Paleo-Hebrew tongue, our ancient Paleo-Hebrew tongue, Yahushai HaMashiach. Afterward I saw, or Salak, afterward saw I the same man come down from the mountain, the chariot, and call upon him a peaceable multitude. And Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai willing, that's us, that peaceable multitude, that multitude that will reap salvation in the end of this current kingdom that we're dwelling in, because we want salvation. We do the spiritual work, the ministry work, word to mouth, socials, on the highways and hedges of Chief Place Concourse. However, we got to do the work to gather his sheep, the lost sheep, which is you Israelites, you so-called Native Indians, Negroes, Latinos, Islanders, everyone whose father goes back to the ancient patriarch men, the fathers. This message, this gospel is unto you. It's 2 Esdras 13:13, and there came much people unto him, whereso some were glad. That's us, that peaceable multitude. Yahweh willing, we hope to be that peaceable multitude, that multitude that will reap salvation and be happy upon his coming. Hasten his coming. That is Yahweh Shai HaMashiach. Hasten his arrival. And there came much people unto him, whereof some were glad, some were sorry. That's these 2/3, these niggards. Some of them were bound. That is you heathen. Yeah, that's you heathen. Specifically, Rothschilds, Rockefellers, DuPonts, Oppenheimers, the wicked, the top wicked of this society. The top wicked, the wicked ones. Those are the ones that were bound. What is the subject matter or the topic or the title of this breakdown? It is co-heirs to the throne, co-heirs with Yahweh Shai HaMashiach, and rulership and authority. In certain instances, you have to uproot a kingdom to establish a kingdom. It has happened over and over and over and over. And this will be the final countdown, if you will, because it's going to be a righteous uproot of the wicked. The one and the ones that really supposed to rule the earth in righteousness will take their course. More specifically, Yahweh Shai HaMashiach, 2 Esdras 13:13, and there came much people unto him, whereof some were glad, some were sorry, some of them were bound. That is the wicked movers and shakers of this society, of this kingdom, and they know this. They have their left hand sorcerers and their witchcraft, and they read the scrolls just as we read the scrolls. We are the enlightened ones, the illuminated ones on the right hand side. They are the enlightened ones and the illuminated ones on the left hand side. Righteousness always triumphs wickedness. It's just that simple. Some of them were bound, and others, or salak, and some brought of them that were offered. Then when Ezra seen this, then was I sick through great fear, and I awakened and said. So he woke up out of the vision, the prophecy that Yahweh showed him. Co-heirs to the throne, man. Yahweh Shai is coming to eradicate this wicked society that the society is wicked. I'm not gonna just come up with anything. It is what it is. It's a wicked society. It's easy to do the things of the flesh in this society. And that's just not by chance. That's because when the righteous is in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked is in authority, the people mourn. And more so, you have a wicked ruler ruling, a wicked king ruling. They tried to be such hypocrites, and they try to be fake. Well, they don't try to be fake. They try to be real, but they really fake. And they come off fake. They serve the citizens and follow the rules and in America and God bless America and justice and peace for all. Straight bullshit. Meanwhile, sex trafficking, murder, lies, GMOs, pesticides, herbicides, chemtrails, hiding cures, creating cancers, creating diseases, strip clubs, whorehouses, pornography, free, OnlyFans, shitty music, whoredom, and whatever else they allow. You know, everything that go against the Bible. So cut the crap. Cut the crap. Yahweh Shai is coming to uproot this wicked kingdom. Psalms 2:9. Thou shalt break them with the rod of iron. Thou shalt dash them in pieces like a potter's vessel. Oh, and let's not forget gluttony. You know, all you can eat. You know, that's gluttony. You're not supposed to eat till your damn stomach and heart fall out. Supposed to eat enough to where you're satisfied, keep it pushing. You know, cigarettes, Black and Milds. You're not supposed to smoke. I'm just doubling back on the hypocrisy of not only American society, but other societies too that have adopted the philosophies and ideologies of Babylon, which is America. This is why Yahweh Shai, whom the world ignorantly calls Christ Jesus, is coming to eradicate this place and uproot this place. And the wicked, they will be bound and brought to him. Back to Psalms 2:9, Yahweh Shai HaMashiach, we get these prophecies through the precept upon precept, line upon line, precept upon precept. Psalms 2:9, thou shalt break them with the rod of iron. Thou shalt dash them in pieces like a potter's vessel. That is what Yahweh Shai HaMashiach is coming to do. This is why I read off the prophecy, 2nd Esdras 13, when he comes and cracked the firmament and comes like the end of a apocalyptic end time scene within a movie. That's why I brought that prophecy out, because that's what he's coming to do. Revelations 2 verse 27, and he shall rule them with the rod of iron. This is the Gentiles, the heathens. As the vessels of a potter shall they be broken to shivers, even as I receive of my Father. And we also are going to rule, because we are co-heirs to the throne. We're going to rule just as our big brother Yahweh Shai is going to rule. This is why it's called heir to the thrones, co-heirs to the thrones, or the throne. It says Revelations 12:5, and she brought forth a man-child, that she is Israel. She brought forth a man-child who was to rule all nations with a rod of iron. You can't get no more clearer than that. And we are going to be co-heirs to that. This is why this is why the so-called Black, African-American, Negro, Native Indian, Hispanic, Latino man is envied and hated, because we're going to rule the earth. We got next. And we're going to rule it in righteousness, just as we have ruled the earth in times past in righteousness. Timbuktu, West Africa, Kingdom of Judah, when we ruled in Israel, when we ruled in Jerusalem, when King David ruled, when King Solomon ruled. So this is nothing new. We ruled the world before. In the dark ages, we ruled righteousness. Well, it probably wasn't a top tier righteousness, because they wasn't keeping all of the laws and statutes and commandments, but we ruled nonetheless. So it's nothing new. That's nothing new. Reading the next precept, it says Revelations 19:15, and out of his mouth goes a sharp sword, that with it he shall smite the nations, the wicked, the Gentiles, the heathens, the wicked ones, and he shall rule them with the rod of iron. and he treadeth the winepress of the fierceness and wrath of Almighty God. So that is how Yahushua is coming. You know, you hear these Christians say he's coming to bring flowers and teddy bears and peace, but the real prophets have jumped on the scene, and we have changed that crappy narrative and really broke down the Bible and gave the world the truth. He's not coming to bring teddy bears, flowers, and peace. He's coming to wreck, eradicate, disintegrate, annihilate, exterminate wickedness and the wicked and those that push it. Simple. And we are going to be co-heirs with him, the righteous, the 144, the election, the saints, whom are Israelites and who have always been Israelites. This is our book. This is a family book, a bloodline book, if you will, for the Israelites. And it has always been, because he deals with the Israelites. He only deals with Israelites. He only deals with the bloodline, patriotic sons, or those that go back to those patriarch sons. The Israelites, you so-called Hispanics, Mexicans, Puerto Ricans, Dominicans, Negroes, Blacks, African Americans, Jamaicans, Haitians, Latinos, Native Indians, whatever you want, the bywords and proverbs that we are called now to this day. And you wonder why you're envied and hated, because you're great and you come from greatness and always been great. It's just that simple. No other way to put it, no other way to try to make it sound more fascinating. It is what it is. Co-heirs to the throne of Yahushua HaMashiach. When he comes, we will rule with him. Hopeful elect, the hopeful elect. And these devils know this. Of course, Esau knows this, our evil twin. Of course, he knows this. This is why he does everything in his wicked power to keep us under every way. And not only him, but the rest of the nations, according to Psalms 83, 1-6. They have, let's grab it. Let's grab it. Let's grab it. This is why they will be judged, because they're devils. Simple. Devil means deceiver. And that's what they do. They deceive and lie, steal. Psalms 83, verse 1. A song or psalm of Asaph. Keep not thou silence, O God, Yahweh. Hold not thy peace, and be not still, O God, Yahweh. For lo, thy enemies, so they're enemies of God. How can you be an enemy of God? I mean, well, you can be an enemy of God. But what I'm saying is, how can you be an enemy of God, the one that created you? Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. When you do wickedness, you become an enemy of God, because he doesn't like wickedness. It has to go along or within his law, statutes and commandments. It have to be done according to his holy laws. And holy means set apart, separate. And you have a lot of things within the law. The laws are the Torah. The Torah. The laws, the statutes and commandments within the Torah and throughout the rest of the Bible, the Gospels and whatnot. That is being holy. So everything that goes within his law is being holy. It's not none of this Christianity super preachy wannabe type stuff that they paint. What's ever in the Torah and the laws and statutes and commandments, that is what's holy. That is what's righteous. Simple. Psalms 83, 1-6, starting at verse 2. For lo, thy enemies make a torment, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people, and consulted against your hidden ones. Who are his people? You so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Indians, whose fathers go back to the patriarch sons. Judah, Benjamin, Levi, Naphtali, Gad, Reuben, Issachar, Ephraim, etc. The 12 sons. And we know it's historically and biblically proven it's us. We fit all of the curses, the prophecies. We fit the blessings too, eventually, and now. But we fit the curses and all the things and the prophecies on this side. And when you do your research, you'll know this. You'll figure this out. It's not hard. It's not hard to understand it or to grasp it. The Jews, Judah is from West Africa. We're really from Jerusalem, Israel. We ran out of Jerusalem, Israel from the wicked, our ancestors, from wicked persecution. From, you guessed it, the damn devil, the damn Romans, the Edomites, when they sacked Jerusalem, and we ran into the wilderness, which they call Africa. And then we established and created the kingdom of Judah, which was in the west of Africa. And then, more prophecies. We wasn't keeping the laws, the statutes of Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai. Whenever we don't keep them, he allows these things to happen to us, as he states over and over. But our people were just, it's no one more stiff-necked and hard-headed than our people. Another telling prophecy sign. So, and then we had to follow, the prophecy had to play out. So we had to, endured the prophecy. Our people, our ancestors had to endure. We had to endure. Everyone is their ancestors. Everybody is their lineage. So we had to endure it. And that's how we got sold off from the west ports of Africa. Judah port, slave port. But we wasn't slaves. We are the Israelites, the southern kingdom, Judah, Benjamin, Levi, Haitians, blacks, Jamaicans, African Americans, Negroes, Negroid, Judah, West Africa, Igbos, Ashantis, Bantu, Yoruba. Yeah, Judah. The history goes deeper than all of that. You are Judah, the Lion of Judah, who fit the prophecies. Psalms 83. We are the people they have taken crafty counsel against, and then you have the Northern Kingdom, which is the Dominicans, Puerto Ricans, Taino Indians, the Mexicans, Puerto Ricans, Dominicans, Taino Indians, Cubans, Colombians. All of those cans, Mexican, Puerto Rican, Dominican, bywords, proverbs. On your father's side, if you go back to the Israelites, then you are Israelite. You are the Northern Kingdom. Psalms 83:3, it says, they have taken crafty counsel against thy people and consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. For they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee. And it tells you who these heathen, these Gentile nations are, because they always been envious. They always hated and always been envious and hated because they wasn't the ones chosen by Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai. It's just that simple. It's always some haters. Psalms 83, verse 6, the tabernacles of Edom, or envious. But then again, hate too. It's both. It's hate and it's envy. It's envy and it's hate. Psalms 83:6, the tabernacles of Edom, the so-called Caucasian man, and the Ishmaelites, the so-called Arab man, of Moab, the so-called Asian man, and the Hagarenes or Haggardians, not Haggardians, I butchered that, but Hagarenes, whatever. It's a Gentile nation. I don't want to guess who that is, but it's a Gentile nation. I know that much. Jebel, Ammon, that could be the Japs. Amalek, Caucasians, Edomites, actually the chief, just like you have a chief tribe in Israel, which is Judah, You have a chief tribe in Edom, and it's Amalek. And that is your so-called fat noses. I'll say that. They like to make fun of our beautiful, full features. But that fat nose is crazy. Crazy work. The fat noses, most of them have the fat noses. But, you know, a more a better byword that those in the know, Salak, those in the knows, but the fat noses, I call them the fat noses, but those that's also in this knowledge and this wisdom, we tend to call them the small hats. But there you have it. But they like to make fun of your beautiful features, your melanin and your full lips and full noses and bronze skin and woolly hair. And they walking around here with these full noses, fat noses. And it don't look that good either. On most of them it don't. I'm just being honest. I'm going to always tell the truth. So help me, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. Psalms 83:7, Jabal and Ammon and Amalek, the Philistines, the Hamites, the Africans, the Africans, the ancient Philistines, not those people you see in there today. They're not the ancient Philistines. The ancient Philistines are the Hamitic nations, the Hamites. And with the inhabitants of Tyre, I think that's also ancient Hamites, Hamitic, the Africans that be shooting stuff and all of that heathen shit that they do, salak, and running around in the huts and all of that stuff. The Hamites were totally different. The Zondervan, I believe, Bible dictionary tells you that the Egyptians and the Negroes are different. The Hamitic, one is Hamitic and one is Shemitic. The Africans and the so-called African Americans are two different tribes of people. Zondervan Bible dictionary tells you that. So their scholars did some work. And then you know that just off GP. They don't rock like us and we don't rock like them. And honestly, nobody rocks like us. Swag is different. Talk is different. Style is different. You know a so-called Israelite, Negro, Latino, Native Indian when you see one. But they have taken crafty counsel, and that is prophecy. And this is why Yahweh Shai Mashiach is coming to uproot this wicked kingdom and to uproot them and to bound them. So kind of digressed a little bit. But yeah, man, co-heirs to the throne. And, you know, being a righteous ruler, even though you have wicked rulers, because protagonist, protagonist, that balance that Yahweh puts out there, hot, cold, up, down, big, small, tall, short. You have evil and you have righteousness, and we are the righteous rulers of planet Earth. Right now, the wicked rulers of planet Earth are in authority. This is why the people mourn. But soon we will be the righteous rulers and we will rule the planet in righteousness, the way it's supposed to be, because Yahweh Shai Mashiach will be leading the pack, leading the pride, I should say. But the pack for Benjamin and the pride for Judah will be leading both groups, Yahweh Shai Mashiach. Leviticus 25, 44 through 45. You know, the perks that come with co-heirs to the kingdom, to the throne. It says both your bondmen, but this has always been because we are the Israelites. Leviticus 25, 44, 40, Leviticus chapter 25, verse 44 through 45. This is all, you can look this up yourself. This is all in our Bible. This is all scripture. This is all facts. No one is lying. Read it for yourselves. For you Israelites that's out there listening, and for you double agents and agent provocateurs and agents spying all on our videos and listening to our listening to us. We know you're out there. We know you're listening. We see you, agents. I see you. We're spiritual men. We know. And you can't say we're not telling the truth, because it's right there in the Bible, and y'all know we telling the truth, because you try to demonize. And those left-hand sorcerers and those ones doing witchcraft, they know we telling the truth, and this is why they're shook. How did this people come up out of their sleep and slumber and come back to their natural heritage? Because it's a person called, or whom you call, God, but his name is Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. And in the last times, knowledge shall be increased, and that the Israelites will wake up out of their sleep and slumber and come back home. It's just that simple. But the perks that come with being righteous rulers and being those in authority righteously, not done wickedly, but righteously, according to Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai, we will have certain perks and whatnot, really a lot of perks. But Leviticus 25:44-45 says, both your bondman, your slave man, and your bondmaids, your slave women, which thou shalt have. This is in the law. This is in the Torah, the first 5 books of the Bible, the Torah, our Torah. Both your bondman and your bondmaids, which thou shalt have, shall be of the heathen that are round about you. So all of the Gentiles, they are slaves. I'm just going to keep it a stack. And disclaimer, we will not rule like these heathen have done now and in times past, all of the wickedness y'all have done. When we rule, it's going to be righteously, according to the Bible. We're not going to have to worry about all of that wicked stuff that they done to us in times past and now. So let's cut the crap. It's going to be done righteously. Leviticus chapter 25:44-45. Both your bondmen and your bondmaids, which thou shalt have, shall be of the heathen. So all of you Gentile nations, you are our possessions. Man, woman, and child. It's just that simple. Leviticus 25, both your bondmen and your bondmaids, which thou shalt have, shall be of the heathen that are round about you. Of them shall you buy bondmen and bondmaids. Moreover, of the children of the strangers that do sojourn among you, of them shall you buy, and of their families that are with you, which they begot in your land, Jerusalem, Israel, and they shall be your possession. It's just that simple. In the Torah, the first 5 books of the Bible, the laws, the statutes, and commandments. That is where the laws and statutes, commandments is found. Leviticus 25. In the kingdom, we will be keeping these laws and statutes and commandments because it is holy law. Simple. This is why they try to be us. They want to be us so bad because Jacob was given the birthright to be rulers, righteous rulers. I keep emphasizing that because you're supposed to do things righteously and be righteous, especially when ruling the planet. Not wicked or being wicked, such as this devil is. He's wicked. He creates everything to destroy the planet. At least when my people create things, it's to push forward the planet. GPS, phone, internet. I mean, hey, you can drink strong drink, just can't overdrink it. Jack Daniels, chicken recipes, pancakes, a lot of things. I'm just going down from the top of my brain, but the Israelites have created a lot of things that have pushed this whole planet forward. Notice when we create things, it's always to progress and push forward. When they create things, most of the time is to destroy. Let's just be honest. You know, you got Steve Jobs, and you got Mark Zuckerberg, and you got the other Edomite. I forget his name, but nobody has created things to push forth the planet more than the Israelites. To music, let's not even talk about the music. From all of the genres, every genre was created by Israelite. Rock and roll, hip hop, jazz, R&B. American culture is so-called African American culture, if you really want to be honest. And all of the other nations copy it. The Israelites, because we're the Israelites, we are the salt of the earth. Lights, stop lights, traffic lights, ultrasounds, all of this stuff. You go back into so-called quote-unquote black history. But back to the point, Yahweh Shai HaMashiach is coming to uproot the wicked, the fakers, the liars, the blood drinkers, the ritual drinkers, child molesters, pedophiles. He's coming to uproot and eradicate them. Sex traffickers, all of this wickedness that goes on throughout this kingdom. He's coming to eradicate and uproot them. Let's go with Daniel 7. Daniel 7:14, and there was given him dominion and glory in a kingdom that all people, the heathen, the Gentiles, and languages shall serve him. His dominion is an everlasting dominion, which shall not pass away, in his kingdom that which shall not be destroyed. That is talking about the kingdom of whom the world ignorantly calls Christ Jesus or Jesus Christ. Nowhere ever is his name dubbed Jesus Christ. And I'm talking about ancient times. And I always say this when I break these lessons down or go precept upon precept with these lessons, with this ministry work. We can all jump inside a time machine today and go back. Yahweh willing, they was not calling him Jesus Christ. I bet my top shekel and my bottom shekel, they wasn't calling him Christ Jesus or Jesus Christ. Daniel 7:14, and there was given him dominion and glory and a kingdom that all people, nations, and languages should serve him. His dominion is an everlasting dominion which shall not pass away, and his kingdom that which shall not be destroyed. Daniel 7:18, but the saints, the Israelites, you Negro, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Indians, Islanders, Jamaica, or Haiti, the west coast of Africa, and all of the other places that the Israelites are scattered, according to James 1:1. We are the saints, we are the Israelites, and we have a kingdom coming, a righteous kingdom, a forever kingdom. I'm gonna start calling it Salak. I'm gonna start calling it that, a forever kingdom, because that's what it is. Daniel 7:18. But the saints of the Most High, the election, the Israelites, really the Israelites, because all Israel shall be saved. But the Israelites, the election on this side, the 144,000, the real governing body, 12,000 Hebrew Israelite, bloodline Israelite men out of each Hebraic tribe, the real governing body, according to Revelation 7:4, not the false doctrines that these religions teach. Daniel 7:18, but the saints of the Most High shall take the kingdom and possess the kingdom forever, even forever and forever. A forever kingdom, forever land, full of righteousness and blissfulness. Daniel 7:20, Salak, Daniel 7:22, it says, until the Ancient of Days came, the Ancient of Days, that is Yahweh, that is the Father, that is Abba, that is whom the world ignorantly calls God, that is Yahweh in the ancient Paleo tongue, the Lashawan Kadash. Until the Ancient of Days came, and judgment was given to the saints, the Israelites of the Most High, and the time came that the saints possessed the kingdom. And as our ancestors said, then are you coming to restore the kingdom unto Israel? Notice they didn't say any other nation. Notice this. These false Christians love saying that the kingdom is going to be for everybody. It's not going to be for everybody. It's going to be for the Israelites. And everyone else is going to, be in it. Just like this kingdom is for the Edomites and the heathen. And the Israelites are just in it. The working class, for majority of us, are just in it, surviving, being the working class. That is what's going to be in our kingdom. You're going to serve and build it up. That 1,000 years, within that 1,000 years, it's going to be building up the kingdom and getting it right. But after that 1,000 years, then, everyone will enjoy the kingdom because, when the righteous rule, the people rejoice. But somebody got to pay for what they did to the Israelites and what they've been doing then and what they're doing now. So within that 1,000-year period, that is the buildup of the kingdom. And I'm surprised that these heathen know this, because I done had a couple messages and heathens telling me, the Gentiles telling me, the heathens telling me, after the 1,000 years, are we this? Or after the 1,000 years, is this? So they know that they're going in captivity for 1,000 years. And that's just prophecy, because the 1,000 years, within that 1,000-year period, the kingdom has to be built and established. And that is what you Gentiles are going to be doing. It's just that simple. It's just the truth. It's the truth. All I can do is give you the truth. The truth is stranger than fiction. The truth is stranger than fiction. And then again, it's not even strange, because it's straightforward. You took the Israelites' name, heritage, all of their inventions, their blood, their sweat, their tears, their cries, both kingdoms, Dominicans, Puerto Ricans, Native Americans, Mexicans, Cubans, Colombians, all of the tribes, Haitians, Jamaicans, African Americans, the Southern tribes, you nations took all of their stuff and then you leave them at the bottom. For the most part, you do. And then you expect to live up in the other kingdom to come. I just don't get how you think that's logical. Daniel 7:27, and then I know it's some poor Gentiles and poor heathen, but hey, man, that's your leaders of your nation that have done that to you, because ultimately y'all was supposed to live it up in your kingdom, because every Israelite is going to live it up in their kingdom. And that's just the truth. Now you're going to have levels. You're going to have levels because you have the election, the 144, the 1/3, and then everybody else. And the work that, everyone is going to be, as it says in the scrolls, everyone is going to be judged according to their works. This is spiritual work. This is the work that really matters at the end of the day, because when that sky crack, your corporation that you work for on this side is irrelevant. When that sky crack, that I pretty much said it. The corporation that you work for on this side won't matter when that sky crack. The riches that you're trying to chase on this side in this world won't matter when the sky crack. It's just really the point. The only thing that matter is pushing the gospel for Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. That's what really matter. Now, that's not saying right now, because you have to live for right now. We have a right now. You have to do what you have to do for right now, your daily bread and whatnot. But I'm just putting things in perspective. I always look in the future. I always look past the present. And that tends to happen with us Sagittarius individuals. Even though I don't really kind of like believe in that too much, but there's some little truth in it. You know, the archer, always looking in the future, and it's crazy because prophecies are what? They're future events, future. I digress. Daniel 7:27, it says, "In the kingdom and dominion and the greatness of the kingdom under the whole heaven shall be given to the people of the saints of the Most High, whose kingdom is an everlasting kingdom, and all dominions shall serve and obey him." First, Yahushua Mashiach. Second, the co-heirs to the throne, the Israelites. Daniel shows you that the kingdom is for the Israelites. And roughly paraphrased, as our ancestors said in times past, Yahushua, are you come to restore the kingdom to Israel? They didn't say Edom. They didn't say Moab. They didn't say Ammon. They didn't say none of the nations that took crafty counsel against us, according to Psalms 83, 1-6. How about that? So that's just even more biblical, spiritual perspective. So, those perks ruling over the nations. And within that, we want our harem. Like I personally want my harem. I want my concubines, and I can have them. I really believe that we're gonna have our concubines and harem. King Solomon had his harem and his concubines. Not only he didn't deal with just his women of his nation, which is amazing because our women in that day are going to be marvelous. The daughters of Zion are going to be marvelous. But power, righteous power, true power. I'm going to have concubines and harem of the other nations' women. Their beautiful women are going to be in the chambers. Chamber duty. That is righteousness according to the laws. I truly believe, because that is our King Solomon did it before. And who was King Solomon in the spirit? Well, those that's in his wisdom and knowledge know that we say that he is Yahushua HaMashiach. And it wasn't wrong. The only thing that was wrong that King Solomon did was that he allowed those heathen women to change his mindset, his spirit on Yahweh. That was the sin. That was the iniquity. But as it states in 2nd Esdras 6:54-59, 2nd Esdras 6:54-59, everything in the earth was created for our sakes. The earth was created for the Israelites. So that means including the women, certain women of the nations, them beautiful women. Yeah, I'm going to have them in my harem. I'm going to have them as concubines. Yes, that's righteousness. Isaiah 14, 2, it says, "And the people shall take them and bring them to their place, and the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord for servants and handmaids." Them beautiful handmaids that's going to be walking around in the kingdom. You're not going to come on, man. You're not going to let the pretty ones go to waste. It's not even logical. It says, "And they shall take them captives, whose captives they were, just as these nations have done us." A disclaimer. The nations have done this to us. It says that they're going to get double and reap what they have done to us. They was doing that to us. So we're going to return the favor. Isaiah 14:2, it says, "And the people shall take them and bring them to their place, and the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord, Jerusalem, Israel, for servants." The men are going to be servants, just as they did us. Oh, those nice, strong men. We're going to do the same. And handmaids, them beautiful women, are going to be in the house. You think I want anything ugly inside my castle, my palace, walking around cooking for me, or in my chambers? No, I want the best of the best. I want the most beautiful women. So yeah, them beautiful heathen women. Yahweh willing, in the kingdom, they will be part of the royal harem, just as King Solomon. But I'll read it again. Isaiah 14:2, it says, "And the people shall take them and bring them to their place, and the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord for servants and handmaids. And they shall take them captives, whose captives they were, and they shall rule over their oppressors." It's karma, and slavery is coming back in the biggest way. It's prophesied. These are prophecies. And just to end it, to put the cherry on top, the whipped cream on top, the icing on top, one of my favorite chapters, Joel chapter 3, major prophecy. I'll read it. It says, "For behold, in those days and in that time, when I shall bring again the captivity of Judah and Jerusalem," we're now this day in our captivities and exiles, according to biblical prophecy, according to James 1:1, according to Deuteronomy 28:64, according to Deuteronomy 28:68, "I will also gather all nations and will bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat and will plead with them there for my people and for my heritage Israel, whom they have scattered among the heathens, the nations, and parted my land." You see that now. Jerusalem should be trodden down by the Gentiles. And this is how we know that those people that's over there in our rightful land are not the people, because the kingdom is not established and there's war on war on war and all the time. It says, "They have cast lots for my people and have given a boy for an harlot and sold a girl for wine that they might drink." This is what the nations have done to the Israelites, to us, the apples of his eye. The apples of his eye, Zechariah 2:8. The Israelites, the Negroes, so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Indians. We are the apples of Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai's eye. And look what they have done to us, the nations. They have taken crafty counsel. They have cast lots for us. Look at the horrible things they have done. Now, if they would have done these things probably according to the law, and then it wouldn't be no fault. But they didn't do the things according to the law. We're going to do the things according to the biblical law, which means set apart, which means holy. Joel 3:3, "And they have cast lots for my people and have given a boy for an harlot and sold a girl for wine that they might drink. Yeah, and what have you to do with me, O Tyre and Zidon, and of all the coast of Palestine," those Hamitic nations, them Hamites, them Africans. It says, "Will you render me a recompense? If you recompense me swiftly and speedily, will I return your recompense upon your own head? Because you have taken my silver and my gold," the real money. Who is the real money? It's you Israelites. This is why they have taken crafty counsel against you. This is why they hide your identity. This is why they try to keep you at the bottom of the totem pole. Pun intended. Because you Negroes are the Native Indians. You Native Indians are the Negroes. We are the Native Americans. We are the Israelites. Because you have taken my silver and my gold and have carried into your temples my goodly pleasant things. The children also of Judah and the children of Jerusalem have you sold unto the Grecians, the Greeks, Edomites, Idumea, Edomites, that you might remove them far from their border. And we are removed far from our border. Our border is Israel, Jerusalem. Now, look at the prophecies. This topic is co-heirs to the throne when Yahushua Mashiach returns, whom they ignorantly call Christ Jesus, Jesus Christ. When he comes to establish the kingdom, I gave you all of the precepts and scriptures, precept upon precept, the prophecies. Those Israelites that's listening, go and listen and write them down and study them precept upon precept and read the true gospel. Here's more prophecy. Joel 3:7, "Behold, I will raise them up out of the place whither you have sold them." So that's all of us in all of these lands of exile, all over the earth, according to James 1:1. "Behold, I will raise them up out of the place whither you have sold them, and will return your recompense upon your own head. And I will sail," so it's coming back in a major way, according to prophecy, that's within that 1,000 years of building the kingdom. All of this is going to happen within that 1,000 years. All of this stuff is going to play out because someone has to build the kingdom, and all of the things have to play out within that time period of building the kingdom. Joel 3:7-8, it says, "Behold, I will raise them up out of the place where you have sold them, and will return your recompense upon your own head. And I will sell your sons and your daughters, just as the Israelites' sons and daughters were sold, into the hand of the children of Judah." Our turn. Everybody got a turn. Why we can't get a turn? And our turn is going to be righteous. We're not going to do horrendous things like y'all have done. We're going to do everything according to the law. It's going to be righteous. And we're going to have fun and live up and be in the kingdom, our kingdom. Joel 3:8, "And I will sell your sons and your daughters into the hand of the children of Judah, and they shall sell them to the Sabeans and to a people far off, for the Lord has spoken it." Prophecy. That is prophecy. That is what's coming. Prophecy. Amos 9:11-12. Co-heirs to the throne. The hopeful elect, the election. Co-heirs to the throne with Yahushua HaMashiach. To rule with Hamashiach Yahushua, the 1,000-year period and beyond. Because after the 1,000 years, after the kingdom is built, we're still going to rule forever, ever, a forever kingdom. Amos 9:11-12. Amos 9:11-12. It says, "In that day," Amos 9:11-12, "In that day will I raise up the tabernacle of David," King David, that is fallen. Yes, his kingship, his rulership, his kingdom has fallen. Where David is no longer here, and then his sons and daughters and family members. I believe that some of us are. Really, most of us are. I mean, we're the Israelites. We're it's not our time of righteous rulership right now. So we're not in rulership right now. But, in that day will I raise up the tabernacle of David. Yahweh is going to raise it up. He's going to put flesh on those dry bones. And that's a double. I just did a double. You got like a double entendre. I just did a double twofold right there. That was a double twofold, because the first fold is those dry bones waking up. That's the Israelites waking up in the land of their exiles. But I just flipped it with this and did a double twofold to where I made it where, it's breaking up the tabernacle of David. And this is what we look for. I don't give a damn about nothing on this side, because all of this stuff is going to shambles. All of this stuff on this side is going to be eradicated. This is why we don't store up our treasures here. This is why we don't care about nothing here, because it's temporary, and we know this through the prophecies. You have these other people that put their blood, sweat, and tears on everything in this side. This side don't matter. It's the side to come. And that's when Yahushua HaMashiach cracks those skies, according to biblical prophecy. Amos 9:11, it says, "In that day will I raise up the tabernacle of David that is fallen." So he's going to bring the Israelites back up and close up the breaches thereof. "And I will raise up his ruins." Yes, the Israelites, the apples of his eyes, the 12 tribes, or 13 tribes technically, because the tribe of Dan. It says, "I will raise up his ruins, and I will build it as in the days of old." And in the kingdom, we're going to find out who are the Danites. And where are the Danites? I will build it as in the days of old, that they may possess the remnant of Edom and all of the heathen which are called by my name, said the Lord that does this. So yeah, righteousness is coming back in a major way, and slavery for what they have done to us is coming back in a major way. The big payback, as James Bond puts it. Heirs to the throne, co-heirs to the throne, the promises, the covenants is with Israel, the real Israelites, you Negroes, Native Indians, and Latinos, whose fathers go back to the patriarch sons on your father's side. And yes, in my cities, And in my palace, I'm going to have beautiful concubines, beautiful women, beautiful harem. Shalom Yasharallah Shalom. Co-heirs to the throne. Righteous rulership. Righteous rulership. That's the key. I keep emphasizing that righteousness. Not ruling in wickedness, but ruling in righteousness. A righteous kingdom. I'm going to have me a beautiful harem, beautiful harem, beautiful concubines, and my daughters of Zion, my wives, according to Exodus 21:10. Exodus 21:10, my beautiful wives as well.